my domain, young Ekon! Don't you know better?
This is despicable. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
You London vampire are so weak! Ah!
Let me go, you bastard! Disgusting arsehole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again. You should return to a safer place, Miss Teasdale. What's more, I'm not sure you should see your father in his condition. He was savagely disfigured.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor. But I recently learnt to stare horror in the face.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again. I have this thirst for blood.
If you're not too tired, could you help your mummy? Aren't you the sweetest daughter ever? Carol, give your mummy a kiss now. Yes. Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had an...
Always glad to see a former patient.
Too long indeed. And...
May I look at...
It's always a pleasure. Dr. Reed,
Good evening, Miss Price.
you know...
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price?
Have you not seen Carol since you returned?
So you're less afraid? Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed.
Have you noticed any...
Other than you coming back to cheer me up,
What can you tell me about your...
I'm still managing my shop.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques. No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for...
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I am... glad to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh, yes, Doctor. My mother raised me 11...
Do you remember your...
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married? No.
Oh, no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like...
Why are you away?
I am helping my mother in her shop.
I'm sure your mother...
I do the best I can.
Why is work not easy?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me.
What can you tell me of the people...
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends.
What can you tell me?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion.
Have you no friend?
No. Mr. Nithercote, you...
Does he not come by any...
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this Camellia may be.
Have you ever met the famous...
Yes. A very strange...
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift.
But she'll probably leave you someday.
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation.
And who are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I'm here on my own, sir.
Then we have the same objective, sir.
What are you investigating?
I have a missing woman, possibly abducted a few...
Tell me about Louise.
She's a waitress. Her father reported...
Do you have any idea?
No. But I feel...
What are you...
I have a
Tell me...
She's a wait...
Do you have it?
No.
What are you really...
I told you.
Do you work alone?
Yes. The situation...
What about the situation in...
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have...
What can you tell me?
I'm the one asking questions.
And what about the...
We both know the situation is...
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with...
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting?
All right, without giving you too...
Why are you in...
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know.
No.
All right.
What are you
I
investigating?
have a missing woman.
Tell me...
She's a... No.
Tell me all you know about that homicide.
I'm not even sure there is only one.
How could different killers...
That's my main problem.
Do you know any...
Who doesn't know the man? You know, I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doc...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just...
I think I would remember.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard it.
I'm afraid not, sir. But it...
The pleasure is mine.
And what do you do?
I stopped working when I decided to leave.
But what were you doing before?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now
Tell me more about what...
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find...
Tell me about yourself, Mr. B.
We are waiting
And why are you waiting for this?
because we need to leave this city.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really...
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions, so...
Please.
Do you like this?
No, I don't.
I don't recognize it either. Or at least what...
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure...
I really can't answer that question, since...
And why is that? But why would you need this person's help to...
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer.
What can you tell...
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the...
Goodbye, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to...
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know?
I suppose you're right.
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like...
Who are you?
The more I think about it, the the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it...
I don't know. A feeling?
Trap?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about? What can you tell me?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him.
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and with...
What can you tell...
It's the only place I've considered myself happy,
Why is that?
because I'm not feeling happy here anymore.
No, I'm not...
Good for you. It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you?
May I ask what...
I don't know. You should...
You must have your own...
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
May I ask why you...
I believe fear is holding us.
What can you...
You should ask that question to my brother instead.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have...
Pericles, tell me why you...
Agamemnon is naive sometimes.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about...
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more...
That's it?
For the time being, true kindness...
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Investigate them. But they were not well forgotten. Dr. Reed. Still...
What are you investing?
I have a
Tell me...
she's a-
Do you... Goodbye, Detective Inspector.
Goodbye. The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
It's a knee! Away with you! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Best be on your way home. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
I can't believe we are still waiting here. I can't remember the moment when the city became this. How long have we waited anyway?
You could have told me that at the bench over there. We don't have to be isolated like this anyway. I've stopped counting. Hours, days.
We should be far from town already.
All right, but where would we go?
Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here.
And what is that, by the way?
A safer place? A less strange place?
And where would that be? Life is strange, and we are alive.
For now, yes. But for how long?
If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already.
All right. But where would we go?
Be careful, Carol. You're wasting good food here.
Yes, Mother.
I said be careful, child. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mummy has been so clumsy again.
No, that's okay. It won't bleed for long.
You're so pale. Are you feeling sick? Do you need to see a doctor?
No, I'm fine. I already saw the doctor last week.
Don't be silly. You must see a doctor. Just don't tell him how clumsy your mummy is, all right? I love you so much, my baby.
I love you too, Mother.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me.
Tell me, Carolyn.
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family.
You really believe it's just bad luck?
Of course, Doctor. What else could.
You are responsible for your daughter.
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood?
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you?
See what?
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know.
Do you realize Carol is a person?
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable...
I'm not judging you, Carolyn.
You will not separate me from my flesh and blood.
Tell me...
No.
You really...
Of course.
Speak to me, Carol. Do you really...
Carol...
I'm not...
You won't.
Do you need my medical...
Oh yes, I feel so oppressed.
I'm just doing my job.
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful for your...
May I look at your...
It's always a... Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you.
It's locked, all right.
Good morning.
Good evening, young...
My mother always prefers when people
You need to understand you are in danger, Carol. Your mother is responsible for all your injuries.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault. My mum loves me so much.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes...
What are you saying?
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered, and tortures you with a twisted sense...
No. My mum loves me and only wants the best for me. It's my fault if I can never do anything right. She deserved a...
Is it true you offer?
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded.
Why would you be...
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut, or burned. You see,
When exactly do these...
ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of...
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Karen.
Do you need my
Oh no, I'm fine, Dr. Reed.
I am sorry, I can't help you, sir. Perhaps you should talk with someone else instead. Good morning.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Karen.
Do you need my medical attention?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price. Good evening, young lady.
My mother...
Do you need my medical...
Oh, please, sir.
Don't be shy.
Thank you, sir. Much...
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening,
Dr.
sir.
Reed, I am glad.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know...
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Violence and madness are now contagious.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feeling...
Tell me more about...
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please. This is not the first time
Men kill each other while nature decides...
Both can be disastrous, and a combination of the two merely increases their potency.
And what if they were just a sign of worse disaster?
How long have...
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him.
It could be dangerous for you.
That's quite true. But
Why are you still...
What would be the point of going before meeting?
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the...
really, I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong?
Pericles.
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave.
And where
In a place where I will finally have that feeling. To be where I...
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What are you really...
The problem is, it's precisely...
Tell me,
I can't...
is that the most honest...
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important?
I know...
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few...
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to...
If you find
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better.
such a place doesn't exist.
That would mean I have no hope left. And I just can't accept such a conclusion.
Do you need my medical?
Indeed. I've never...
You have nothing to be worried.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
It's locked.